Hey everybody, it's Durger time. Thank you for joining me once again for another episode of Total Extreme Wrestling 2016, the Wednesday Night War, where we're taking NXT going head-to-head with AEW, seeing who comes out the victor. And unfortunately, the victor has not been us lately. So if you watch the last couple episodes, you know we've kind of had a consistent run of failures here, and we're running into a big roadblock right now. Mainly what that is the fact here that we will be unable to get any talent from WWE anytime soon. So if we were to try to trade, we might be able to do it a borrow for a show. But if we were to try to, let's say, grab Aiden English, well, don't matter really what we offer. They'll say, nah, you've been doing it too much. You need to slow down for a few months. I don't have a few months. Now, we might be able to do an alliance alone. And that does one show, but not necessarily that helpful. So, a bit of a problem. And we had talked about maybe rating some of the feds out there. Now, we have done a little bit of that, right? So we got a little bit of an offensive against AEW by stealing Pentagon and Phoenix, as well as John Morrison and James Storm from Ring of Honor, and John Morrison from really nowhere right now. The people that I wanted were in New Japan, and unfortunately we really can't grab them. So definitely an issue for us in terms of roster building, because our roster is still a little weak compared to AEW's, which is odd, because I feel like if I were to book AEW, I would not get the results that they're getting, but maybe that's a problem with me and less the characters. It's rough. So yeah, here's who we have. Like, Jay White wouldn't be a bad get, but honestly, his popularity is not worth it. And building a young line, we need talent now. Like Lance Hoyt, Lance Archer, meh. Tonga and Loa might not be bad ideas, but they're actually not as good for us as we would want. So there's really, like, Juice Robinson. Bring him back. Even then, again, popularity-wise, not that popular over here. I mean, doing very well in Japan, but not really what we're looking for. Like, one of the best gets we could do would probably steal Suzuki, and I don't know how much use we would get out of him. So we're kind of stuck with what we got. We got to figure out how to make it work. How to make it work without our wrestlers. And then we do have a couple storylines going on here. Obviously, the Adam Cole getting booted out of Undisputed Era. We have the Dalton Castle Velveteen Dream story that we need to end pretty soon. Evil Candace storyline going on. The club is about to end, and that's unfortunate. The Xavier Woods story will continue, and the Revival story can kind of continue. So we got to come up with some new storylines moving in post-War Games. We need to figure out what the hell we're going to do in terms of winning, because if you look at that bar up there, we cannot hold out forever. Looking at it right now, if we were to take probably a couple more losses, it's over. We're done. So we really got to be careful. We really got to get that momentum going. Now, luckily, we've been pretty safe from the wheel, but my guess is our luck can very easily turn tonight. So let's go ahead. Let's fast forward. Let's get NXT on air. Let's see what we can do, and hopefully we can turn our luck around. All right. We did get stopped. I think these are just for contract negotiations, which is fine. Complete contract. Ooh, wait. Actually, what's this going on? Began negotiations for one of their top stars, Finn. Means we can negotiate. Oh, buddy. What are you being given here? This is really weird. One of the things I'm really excited about TEW 2020 is being able to play as a child company, right? Because this is really weird. Even though we're in alliance, we're in the company, I am totally going to try to outbid his contract, despite being owned by him. 2 years, whatever's needed, 2,100, 20% bonus is seriously being considered, non-compete clause. I want to match all of this. 20% bonus. I'm going to give you... I'm going to give him extra incentive here. I'm going to say I'm going to do $28.50 a month, 3 years. Will be one of our icons, never below upper mid-carder, with a hiring veto, and a $2,500 signing by... Wow, I cannot talk tonight. A signing bonus of $2,500. Still, might not actually get him. Let's just say never lower main eventer, because he won't be. 20% bonus per event. I think that's fine. Is that kind of what they're doing here? Per event, yeah. So not per show, but I think the percentages... Yeah, it'd be paid every event. I mean, it's still not horrible even if we did it per show, but we'll do a per event basis. We're only running a couple events a year. We got money. We're splurging. Let's go. Throw that dollar down. I'd say, seriously consider signing. Yes. We want the Prince. I mean, we got tons of money. I'm not concerned. Like I said, we will lose this game or win this game before we lose this money. It's not really the most RP role-playing way to play this, but I mean, I guess it kind of is, right? We're in a war. We're going to splurge. We got a war chest. We're going to use that war chest, and so be it. That's what we will do. That's a big deal. That's real big for us. Anything else? Let's look at this news here real quick and just see if there's anything else going on. Not really. We don't need Isaiah Cat. Like, a part of me is like, get rid of them, but they haven't really used them at all for their shows. Let's take a look at their news real quickly. Company AEW. That's not AEW. There we are. Nothing really. Did some extensions. But, I mean, like, even if you look at their last show, they're not really using them that much. Like, kinda, but not really in a way to help them. Like, I'm not going to steal them. I would steal Daniels or Chris Jericho first, or, I would try to gut them that way. And I really don't want to do it that way anyways, as I feel like it's kind of cheaty. We're already doing it a little bit to give me a bit of an edge, but I'm not going to try to purge them like that if I just stole everybody. I mean, who is available from them anyways that I could possibly try to hire? Let's go in here and take a look. Just before we get to the show, I'm just kind of curious. I'm sure I looked at this before, but just to keep it fresh in my mind. Nikita. Nobody. I mean, this is probably the harshest, right? Doing Phoenix and Pentagon is probably pretty brutal. Jimmy Havoc is like, and Shida, they're not going to really do much for us. There's like no popularity here, and they're not going to move the scales for us one way or the other. It might even be beneficial to keep them on their show, but removing Pentagon and Phoenix are going to be a pretty big deal for us if we can get that in the land. As is getting Finn back full time with NXT would be a really big deal. Let's go ahead and let's fast forward. Alright. Just for the ref, doesn't really matter. The ones that really matter are still out there. AEW has made a contract offer. WWE has made a contract offer. Alright, let's take a look. I want to see what we're looking at. Yeah, I know everyone would be really happy. I see there's more than one offer, and yours is one of them. What are we looking at now? They moved theirs to $2,500. No, that's the same. The AEW is offering $30,000, 4 years, 20%. They're no longer considering WWE's. I'm willing to up that. Like, let's just really get stupid. I got the calculator out. Let's figure out what we can do here. Fuck it. If we're going to compete like that, that's fine. 5-year contract. Nah, we'll do 4-year contract. 20% per event with a hiring veto. Everything else is fine. $2,500. Perfect. We will make a new offer. The war this contract continues. Prince Devitt must be very happy right now about this. Very, very happy. I wish in my AEW save I would have Prince Devitt, but as NXT, we have due diligence to maintain this. We're not going to let him slip out of the WWE umbrella. No siree. What do we got here? Phoenix is in. Yeah, baby. Let's give him a medical exam just to be sure. Okay. To see where he stacks up here. What else we got here? They just stole Bray Wyatt from us from a loan. That's fine. Briscoe's finally in. Zack Ryder's up for contract renewal. Let's get this done real quick. Boy, anyone that likes those backstage this backstage shenanigans here are really excited about this episode because there's a lot of contract negotiations going on here. I don't know. I love this stuff, but I know actually a lot of you guys out there. I get a lot of feedback from you guys, and I listen to you guys a lot when you guys give me feedback. And one of the things a lot of people told me that they really like is that I go a little bit longer on these videos, do the 25 minutes instead of just a quick 7-minute video, and show you what's going on behind the scenes. Make you guys a partner with me, right? It's not just me here; it's us together. Trying to work this out, and I think the behind the scenes stuff is so fascinating that it's interesting to kind of go do it. So hopefully you guys still like that stuff. I certainly do, and it's nice to know that other people out there are broken like me and like contract negotiations like us. So we're still waiting on this bidding war. We don't know if it's pushed up here or not. Oh, we can get Goto. That's interesting. Oh, he's not active. Damn it. That'd be nice. Bushi, whatever. Just upset all the Bushi fans. He's fine. Don't worry. I'm not shitting on him that much. Don't see any updates on AEW's offer. I don't know if they come back over the top. I think they do, though. Makes me kind of wonder. Well, just kind of take a look real quick before we get going. I would hate to lose this offer out of nowhere. I guess I can't look at it right now. Oh, there we are. Just to see if it. This hasn't updated. That hasn't updated. So if they do, I don't know what the frequency is, but I think we're gonna win that one out, and that's fine. All right. What do we got here? Pentagon here. So we won't be able to get them on the show yet. Because I think they still have some contracts. Let's get them on a roster, though. Let's see where they're going to stack. I would not be shocked if these guys are upper mid card or even main. We're not going to be able to see it yet until they are ready and cleared to wrestle. Briscoe, though, we do. Excuse me. Let's see. Mid Carter. That's a bummer. That probably makes sense though. Still though, I think will be beneficial to the tag division here. What is Riddick Moss's big? Yeah, whatever. And we're still waiting for a lot of people to be able to work, right? Morrison, Pentagon, Zack Sabre. Actually, Zack Sabre can show up tomorrow. Jay Briscoe can show up tomorrow. So cool. We'll actually have some people that we can kind of throw in here. More contracts in. Everyone be there. We're still waiting on that Fergal. All right. So Zack Sabre is officially joining the crew here. So is Jay Lethal and Alex Shelley and Briscoe. Okay, perfect. Let's get them on the roster. Actually, the easiest push is just looking for not assigned yet. Will be easier to look. All right, probably mid. Yeah. We're probably gonna put him on a tag team. Phoenix, I don't think it can be yet. Lethal is probably gonna be main eventer. Yeah. We're gonna give John Morrison back. Perfect. Probably. Oh, he's not available yet. That's fine. Pentagon. I want Pentagon Jr. Not available yet either. Zack Sabre. I would not be shocked if Zack Sabre is like a mid Carter or something. Upper mid Carter. Okay, cool. More respectable. Be very upset. I don't think Ciampa's available yet. No. Dakota Kai's not yet either. And James Storm, I think, is available. Oh, no, he's not. Okay. So, I think that's everybody then. Not bad. We can do some stuff with these guys. Like I said, we can quickly make a team. Like, I would love to bring... which actually is kind of funny, is I was wanting to do this, and then kind of actually happened in Dusty Classic. Come on, God. How do you not have the name in there already? What's wrong with you? Unbelievable. And Briscoe's... You got the Briscoes in there. Come on. It's not hard. It's not hard to do that. Okay. We got that set. So we got some new toys to play with. And hopefully that boosts our rating. And definitely we're going to be playing very heavy in the news stories. And very big focus. Now, what is our next event here? Because this says not till January, right? Is it Dusty Classic soon? When is this typically held? Every April in this save. Can I change that? Wouldn't be a bad time to do it now. We might change that. We might just work towards TakeOver Philly. Might be easier, I suppose. We could also work towards maybe bring our Evolution back in. That was a December show. We do have... Actually, wait, no, we do have a show in December. We have TakeOver London. So this whole thing is a mess. Like, they say what you will about annual pay-per-views, but this is just chaos here. Christ. Okay, so I mean, I'm not going to change it. We'll do TakeOver London. So we'll start booking towards that. We got a couple weeks to build some stories. We got to end some of these. Probably tonight. We'll maybe we'll end Dream and Castle one way or another, and then we're gonna have a ton of other ones we got to start building up for our new guys. So let's get in here and let's see. Hopefully no chaos here. And we start building this up. All right. I don't want to be anywhere else. I want to be back into Full Sail. So let's quickly NXT Full Sail Arena. No, I don't want to sign as venue. Thank you. Okay. 100% locker room rating. No big deal. Let's just do a rib. Anybody upset? Really? Anybody, like, irritated? Anybody that matters that's irritated? A lot of people happy, actually. Let's try to make Ricochet a little bit happier. Didn't really work. That's fine. All right, let's book it. See if we can do something here to turn our tide. All right, guys, we are back. Oh, man. All right, let's see how this goes. All right, guys, so we start off with Triple H. He comes out because we need that cheap pop. He says it's time for a shakeup, that he's been scouting out the best that there is, and he's found a new class for the new year to challenge NXT's current roster. Does great. All right, 93, can't ask for much better. Got to show off to the crowd a strong start. Got the crowd hotter. Everything is hitting on all cylinders. Pretty much the best we could do for a start of a show. Only thing better is if we brought Triple H and had him end the show, right? Maybe we'll have to do that. Maybe we'll pull Triple H out of retirement and wrestle. I don't know. All right, we start off the show worse. Not horrendous, though. We have Dark Candice LeRae, the evil version of this demon face I made, versus in a handicap match, and she just dominates everyone. Decent wrestling, though, but just non-existent crowd heat. Dark Candice had a 62, 42, 42, and 46, respectively, for the rest of them. Nobody really improved. Gave the crowd a bit of a breather, which probably isn't what we want because we got the crowd hotter, so it's kind of probably poorly placed. Does okay, though. We have a match announcement that after their standoff last week, Keith Lee will be challenging for the North American title tonight. Gets pretty good hype. The crowd gets hyped for it, so putting AJ in there probably helped. Will boost the ratings up for us, which is nice. We have a debuting Jay Lethal, part of the new class. Goes on to very quickly defeat Kona Reeves in 4 minutes with a lethal combination. He debuts, gets a great gimmick rating, got the crowd hotter, did pretty much what it needed to do. Pretty good. Afterwards, Jay Lethal grabs a microphone, introduces himself to people, and he cuts a promo about being in the ring. He says, I never thought I would be here, and in a lot of ways, I thought my dream would never be achieved, but I'm not a person that just follows people. I need to go where it's most important. I need to fight for the best wrestling promotion in the world, and that's why I'm here in NXT. Undisputed Era's music hits, and Marty Scurll, now leader of UE, comes down and interrupts him. Scurll offers Lethal a place in the new Undisputed Era. Marty hints that like him, they come from a different land, that Lethal is dishonored, he says, and will make a fine soldier in the coming war against the NXT veterans. Lethal says he's no soldier. He's done following people. He's ready to lead his own destiny. Rejects her offer It looks like Undisputed Era is about to leave until they all gang up on him and attack him. We start off the Lethal Aggression storyline, and we continue the new Undisputed Era. I'm kind of hinting at a new name for them as things develop. I liked the term Dishonored. It was an original name that was rumored to be the name of their group as they were forming, and honestly, I think it's a better name than the Undisputed Era. So as we're transitioning them into a new company, I'm kind of planting seeds for that faction. It's probably one I'm going to use in the future as well in the NWA save as I kind of make my own little group. I know Marty, like right now, my NWA save is part of Villain Enterprises, but if I ever bring some more Ring of Honor veterans, I'm totally going to make a Dishonored group. I think the name's just so good. This is pretty good. Roderick actually is starting to learn how to show more charisma. God, he needs it. Man is a goddamn piece of driftwood out there sometimes, I feel like. This is a great rating, though. 55 C- is fantastic for what we've been dealing with lately. This is not as good, but it is what it is. Velveteen Dream has a handicap match against the Boys. Very little heat to this. Does okay. Velveteen Dream defeated the Boys in a handicap match of 4 minutes. It's fine. Is there much to say about this? I don't really think so. But it's there. Afterwards, this does a little bit better. Dream calls out Dalton Castle, and he says he has a final challenge for him for next week, a Dream Over match. Castle isn't sure what that means, but he accepts his offer. So we will find out what the the Dream Over match is. But we have a final confrontation between the two of them on next week's NXT. Overall, I mean, actually 50 D+ is not horrendous for them. Unfortunately, we didn't gain any heat for their storyline, but we are going to end it next week and move on from it. This is shocking. I actually thought this would do a lot better. I have a sit-down interview with Mauro Ranallo and Johnny Gargano. It only gets a 41. It's kind of a wet fart here. Gargano sit down with Mauro, says he doesn't know what's happened to Candice and hasn't seen her in a while. And, she looks different and she's more terrifying and he's terrified for her and he just wants her back and he's not sure what's going on with her. As Mauro's kind of trying to probe, like, oh, what's going on with your wife? I really thought this would have done a little bit better, but I'm starting to not trust using Gargano for anything in this save. It's kind of disappointing because I actually really like him, but his ratings are just very underperforming here. I don't know why. Again, we're not hitting where I thought we would. This match is considered terrible. It's mostly the Street Profits, unfortunately. Time Splitters defeat the Street Profits in 11 minutes after Kushida debuts his old tag team partner to get back together. Man, this is a bummer. Shelley got a very poor rating for his gimmick, below average. This does not do well. Kushida gets 59, Shelley gets a 50, but Street Profits underperformed immensely here. This is a bummer. Not what I wanted. Kind of fixing it, I guess. Revival, after Time Splitters win, come out and level them out and beat them up. Just reminding them who the top guys are is a warm introduction to the tag team division. This does pretty well. I had them set for selling, and they did sell. They sold fine, and I guess the crowd was excited to see Revival here. Does pretty okay. We have a segment. This is worse than I thought. Matt Riddle does a promo, says that, he's been wrestling all around the world lately, and he feels like in NXT, no one's on his level technically, and he issues a challenge saying, like, someone out there has to be able to technically fight me on my level, and Zack Sabre debuts to challenge him. Zack Sabre's gimmick comes off as great. We start a storyline between the two of them, and it leads to a match, which is much better. It's a technical match. Didn't have much heat, but had great wrestling. Zack Sabre defeats Matt Riddle in debut with a pinfall. They have great chemistry. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Did suffer from a lack of psychology. So we might want to script it if we do this again. And it got penalized for being in the wrong place for a technical match. Zack Sabre had 80, Matt Riddle had a 64. Not bad. We can do that a couple more times, and I think we'd be okay. I'm totally fine with a 60. In our main event, we have AJ Styles versus Keith Lee for the North American title. AJ Styles defeats Keith Lee by disqualification. The whole match just kind of falls apart. Carl Anderson runs in and attacks Lee. He makes his defense. I mean, he technically wins it. Keith Lee only has a 39. AJ Styles has an 89. Keith Lee was visibly tiring. This is actually a pretty good rating, though. Interesting. So, for the main event, trying to play with Keith Lee here, it's going to be difficult. His in-ring performance is very limited here. His menace is really good, and his stats are really good, but his performance is kind of lacking. But, we can still put him with someone like this and get something good. We can protect him if we need to. I wanted to actually put the belt on him, but AJ had a creative clause that blocked it, which is unfortunate. Afterwards, Keith Lee flips out after getting disqualified, goes nuts, and destroys all the club members. AJ sneaks out of the ring. He levels out Gallows and Anderson. This does pretty well here, actually. Keith Lee underperformed in the match, the event. It's really the other guys that kind of held it up, but they sold it. And, we gained heat for the club's invasion despite having lost to Keith Lee there, kind of gotten run away from. And finally, we end with a lights going out after the ruckus, and reappearing back on NXT's stage is The Fiend, who appears in front of Keith Lee, cackles and stares him down before the lights drop and he disappears again, building up a potential storyline between Bray Wyatt and Keith Lee, as Keith Lee's trying to run up the top of the roster, and it seems that The Fiend may be in his place. Great way to end the show. Wow. Oh, man, that is a good rating. 73 B-. Might be one of the best NXT shows we've had. And honestly, all things considered, I really think it was more just utilizing the crew better. Maybe I was a little bit down on. I was using AJ and The Fiend, but hey, that's 60 there. Let's just have Triple H come out and talk for 20 minutes, and we'll be fine, right? All right, what do we got going on here? Let's see. Contract. Yes. We got Finn. We got Finn full-time, boys. 14 days, we can handle that. We won that contract bid. Very nice. I'm super happy with that. Wow. That's... Did we not assign Briscoes? I didn't have time to put the Briscoes on, and I think it was a packed show. I don't think we needed them. We can always bring them in later. I'm not too concerned about it. Oh, man. I'm so hyped for how good that show went. Feedback was great, had a lot of praise. So let's take a look at it. What did we have? 73 B- with a 1.88 broadcasting. That's pretty good. So I think we're going to beat AEW this week. Let's see. Yeah, easy win. Win on the TV, win on the show rating. Boom. What was our main event? Angelico and Spears defeating SCU. That's a bad main event. Garbage. And we just stole Pentagon and Phoenix from them. Even though they were on there this week, it's going to be a big shocker when they show up the next week with us. And they, I guess, because they're going away, they had Private Party defeat the Lucha Brothers, and they're trying to bury them, but they ain't gonna matter for us in a little bit. Big win here. Now we do have to spin the wheel. We don't gain another meddler. Unfortunately, there are a lot of meddlers on that wheel already. So this is going to make it difficult. So let's pop the wheel up. There are quite a bit on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5, 6 meddlers out of 10. We have a 60% chance of getting meddled with. Let's see what happens. Yeah, kind of figured. Okay, well, we haven't spun it in a while. It's like a weird drunk uncle that you like, but you don't want to see a lot. Let's check out the Meddling McMahon wheel and see what drama comes up for us today.
Oh, it's such good shit.
Wow. Who submitted that? Find out who it is. Who do I have to yell at for this horrible thing that you just 900Z submission. You don't have enough story, pal. Only have one match next episode. A single match. Ugh. Okay, that's going to make things difficult. That's going to make things really difficult. Maybe that'll be the Dream Over match. It's going to be 16-minute Iron Man match. Something Christ. I don't know. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Oh, that is like literally the worst thing we could have... Oh. Okay. Well, we got some things to think about for the next week as we figure out how we can book a 2-hour show with only one wrestling match. Give me your suggestions in the comments below, because I certainly don't know how to do that. But that was it for today. Great show. Really happy with where we left off there. Still a little concerned that we're going to lose AJ, but I don't care anymore because we got Finn. And that's great. So big win for us all around. Super excited. Thank you guys for joining me. See you next time.